what we did today, i.e. overthrow a government, is a victory for the popular. Today we will have a major movement. Tomorrow we will ask for it.
France has been thrown into chaos. On the 8th of September, 2025, the French government collapsed after Prime Minister François Bayrou lost a crushing confidence vote. In Paris, shockwaves spread instantly. This is more than politics, this is the future of France itself. The final count was devastating, 364 votes against the government, only 194 in support. Bayrou's leadership evaporated in a single evening. Inside the chamber, the atmosphere was electric, outside the Palais Bourbon, stunned silence. This is not the first time France has stared into the abyss. From Charles de Gaulle's resignation in 1969, to Emmanuel Macron's political battles, France has seen repeated governmental collapses. But never has the Republic felt this fragile. Behind the politics lies a crushing reality. France's debt now stands at 114% of GDP, and the budget deficit nears 6%. For ordinary citizens, this means higher taxes, inflation, and uncertainty. President Macron faced a choice: dissolve parliament, call elections, or appoint yet another prime minister. But every choice came with risk, and time was running out. Bayrou's fall was swift. From his promises of stability to the humiliation of defeat, he became the shortest-serving prime minister in recent French history. With Bayrou gone, France was without leadership. Political parties clashed, coalitions fractured, and the people prepared to rise. On September 9, Sébastien Lecornu was sworn in as France's new prime minister. A defense minister turned political survivor, Lecornu now carried the impossible task of leading a divided nation. A movement was born, Bloquons tout, block everything. From Marseille to Lille, activists called for a nationwide shutdown. Trains, roads, schools, all to be frozen in protest. To face the unrest, the government deployed 80,000 police officers. Armored vehicles rolled out, drones scanned the skies, and the capital braced for impact. Near Paris, pigs' heads inscribed with Macron's name were found near mosques. Was this political sabotage? Religious provocation? Or foreign interference? We hear their voices. A teacher from Lyon says, we cannot live under this corruption. A nurse from Marseille adds, we fight for our children's future. Across France, anger became a chorus. Police unions themselves warned, we cannot be everywhere at once. Some officers sympathized with protesters, others prepared for confrontation. Macron's presidency faced the gravest threat yet. Opposition demanded his resignation or impeachment. The Élysée Palace turned into a fortress. In Berlin, Brussels, and Washington, leaders watched nervously. France is the EU's second-largest economy. If it falls, Europe shakes. French unions, always a political powerhouse, called for general strikes. Ports, airports, and factories prepared to grind to a halt. CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, all broadcast live. France had become the world's front-page story. What was once a domestic crisis became a global drama. By the second day, Paris was unrecognizable. Barricades on the would the government listen? Or would repression deepen? The people's demand was clear: change or collapse. Champs-Élysées. Metro stations closed. The city of lights plunged into darkness, and so, we arrive here. A nation divided. A president under siege. A people determined to reclaim their destiny. France stands at a crossroads, renewal or ruin. The next hours will decide. On September 9, the announcement came. Sébastien Lecornu, the man who once held the role of defense minister, was appointed as France's new prime minister. For Macron, this was not a choice made from strength, but from desperation. Lecornu entered office as the fifth prime minister in just 2 years. He walked into the Élysée Palace carrying the weight of an impossible mission: hold together a fractured parliament, restore the people's trust, and somehow stop France from sliding into paralysis. His reputation as a survivor of political storms made him the best option Macron had left. But as Le Cornu took the oath, outside the palace walls, chants of anger only grew louder. They called it, bloquons tout, block everything. The message was simple: if the government cannot hear the people will bring the nation to a standstill. In Marseille, dockworkers refused to unload ships. In Lyon, students swore they would not return to class until change was real. In Paris, activists planned to shut down railways, buses, and the metro. They were united not by a single party or ideology, but by anger. Anger at corruption, at broken promises, at the crushing burden of debt placed on ordinary families.